Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We should have a good one on our hands today as both teams come in with 3-game win streaks. It's the Steelers going up against the Bengals. With that, let's get out to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis, with this Week 10 matchup.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals.
All right, we are out here. Let's get it started. Started, right?
They come out here in the eye. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman.
Let's go.
And some room
Let's get it started right.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40.
And so much of today's football goes back to the old West Coast offense and scripting plays to start. Sometimes you script to attack. Sometimes you script to find out information. In this case, they got both. They attack for a big gain, and they have information that tells them we might want to come back to that play later.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. The slot man in motion right. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, but what a nice job improvising, finding other options, and completing the pass anyway.
Three yards to go on second down. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. This is Coleman. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
We're not fired on that
We're
left
talking
side,
about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL. And a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
Now back to
go that line.
Catch here, left side, Thomas. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Man open left side, it's Williams. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. And here's a look at the starting offense. Decent chunk of yardage still left here, 2nd and 7. Coleman. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Oh, no. Thank God. That was excellent.
Nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete.
Yeah, that was an accident.
Time here to show you the starters while we have a moment defensively for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I know one guy you like from Miami, Artie Burns.
Just jumps off the screen when you plug in his college tape in terms of athleticism. And I also watched him play with some intelligence. Saw him at one point jump into the slot and pattern read and come off of his receiver to the intended one and intercept a pass. I like him.
Slot man moves right. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal.
Oh, why do I keep...
And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively.
Why do you keep going to the square? What is wrong with my mind this morning?
On is Josh Lambo for the field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here.
How do I keep going?
And Lambo will put this one through. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. So the opening drive for him here on their home turf results in a field goal.
I was
where you want to get things started. Your stadium, your crowd, you've got the ball. Put points on the board first and let everyone start to celebrate.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And this will get out of bounds. No worries there, though. That still goes as a touchback. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
If you're running out route, it's likely you end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man. You can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Throwing right, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
Oh, good shit, boy. Eagle eye.
That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
All right, now look at 56. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he He's got his man on the out route. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he intercepted. Topped by Ryan Shazier. And good field position coming up here. The football at the 12-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up
Come
here.
on, boy.
Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
What we're seeing from the defense here is a group of guys bearing down, trying to help out their quarterback after he threw an interception. Good stops on the first 2 downs. It brings up a key 3rd down. After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
2nd down here after the incomplete pass. They come up in an offset eye. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. It's the fullback. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with a football to begin quarter number 2, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. The slot man in motion right.
Watch it now, Marty. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Oh, Brazilian.
A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion.
Detroit!
Slot man moves right.
Leopard!
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Now he'll let it go deep left side.
Why would he run to the people? Come on, Rio.
Instead, 4th down.
Don't run right
into
into
an
the people.
interception last drive. Nearly another pick.
And things aren't very even right now, are they? It's a little bit sloppy out there, isn't it? It's kind of the difference between driving on those paved roads and those country roads that have those potholes in them, isn't it? Because that's the way this game's going right now. A lot of bouncy bounce to it.
You spent some time on some Tennessee country roads.
I certainly have. Plenty of family back there. God love them.
Fielded just inside the 20.
Whoosh.
A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
They go play action here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Right side, down fast, bro.
They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
They'll go to the air here. He
good.
It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. And out now, here come the Bengals. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Here's Coleman.
Damn, it's like this nigga's not even blocking.
Here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
To me, that's a superior play by the backer because he was allowed to, I think, run free on it and make that play. His defensive linemen, they covered things down for him because offensive guys, the linemen, what they're trying to do, as you know, is block the guy at the point of attack.
I'm going to find out some more wild shit out here.
And you're not allowed to climb. You got a free hitter, and that's what we saw there.
What in the world is going on?
And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now a battle.
All you gotta do what you gotta do, man.
It's a touchdown. A big play there.
Let's
Managing to
see,
stay in bounds. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front. And Charles, the defender, was there. He just didn't get it.
Ball. Which guy's going to box the other away from it and grab it?
Yeah, I know you hear it a lot, but it's just the will to get it, right?
No, without a doubt. The will, as well as some really nice touch on the ball that was thrown.
And some talent, too. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First down coming there on the intermediate passing play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes to keep the defense off balance.
And it wasn't just them telling us. We got to watch them practice it and work on it because they've been trying to fine-tune it and get it right before this game. And I think they have to be happy with the result.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Give him 7 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. And oh, look at that.
Come on, man.
Catch. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. They're going to look to throw.
Good thing, boy.
There altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Sideline throw, it's complete.
These
and
niggas
nice
is too
shot there, keeping
fast.
the toes inbounds.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. The Bengals with 2 extra DBs, a nickel look on 3rd.
Blanketing the passing lanes.
In motion, the tight end. Now a handoff here to his running back. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. He only needed a few inches.
Good shit.
And the Bengals will get the football back. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offense coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Throw right side, complete to Williams. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
How about the timing on that one, where they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
2nd down now after the pass completion. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They come out here in the eye. In motion left is Thomas. He'll look to throw.
Get over the line.
Caught on the right side, Williams. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Coleman now. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
As a guy carrying the ball, your eyes are going to direct your feet, and you're hoping they carry you to the open spaces. But it's awfully difficult at times because you have so many things you have to look out for. Where's the line blocking? Where's the traffic coming from? Tough to find open spots.
They will run again with Coleman. And not too... Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And you would have to think an obvious passing situation here on 3rd and 9. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
All right, now look at 56.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he will have a first down as they get into the ground at the 37. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And some room to maneuver. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And now they're in the hurry-up. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And he'll give it here to his running back. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. And 3 full yards here for the offense to get on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
And he motions the wide receiver. Back to throw now on 1st down.
Oh, man. Horrible throw.
He was trying to hit Thomas that time. That'll bring up 2nd down. Second down now after the incompletion. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Nowhere to go. He lost the football.
Get the fuck. Are you kidding me?
And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Pittsburgh's offense.
Oh, I can't win for losing, boy. I swear it always something.
You got the field goal pretty much in the bag. Now do you try for the end zone a couple of times?
I don't think there's any question about it. You might get a gift of 6 points rather than the 3 that you just noted that you feel like you already have. Be aggressive, go after it, and try and get those points.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Slants are so tough to cover because everything happens so fast. But sometimes it happens too fast for the guy catching the ball because all of his movements have to be quick off the line of scrimmage, and then all of a sudden the ball's right on top of you. And maybe he got a little bit ahead of himself there.
And a lot of times coming in with good pace, and he dropped it. Now back to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the the 7. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And let's see 6 defensive backs out there. They're in the dime here on 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick here is good. And that will knot things up here late in the first half. And that 3-point tally now means we are even here toward the end of the second quarter.
And what a way to end the half. Put some points on the board, feel better about yourselves as a team, and you're right back to even.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry, so both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups. And they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
And if they want to keep this drive alive, they'll need 8 yards here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The 13 yards that time in the first.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on.
Oh, let's go.
Intercepted a 3rd time.
Let's go, Gabriel.
And it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. Their defense did its job, yielding no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell your guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. 2nd down and 4. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Leopard, hang on now. Green 39, green 39. Back line up, Philly, here we go. Detroit, Detroit.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It's complete to Parker left side. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Give them a lot of credit. They ended up running the ball on a key third down situation. They were staring 3 and out in the face and found a way to flip the script and keep the ball moving on offense.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Now an Eastern Michigan man, Darius Jackson on the carry. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Offense staying ahead of the chains here, 2nd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. On the run, this is Jackson. And some space here. And he's brought down. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
Forced out to his left, and he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12.
I think Cameron Hayward's ability to take on blocks, hold the point of attack, and get upfield serves him very, very well. What a nice play there.
Yeah, he can take on blocks because he's built like a block. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he is going to lose yardage here. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And Lambeau will put this one through, and they will take the lead at 13-10. So they don't get a touchdown here in this opening drive of the third quarter, but I think you still say mission accomplished as they come away from it with the lead.
Absolutely. You got to apply the pressure.
Damn, why my niggas so slow and can't get down there.
And now you just hope your defense can step up and protect the lead.
And now out come the Steelers. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
What the?
And he will find his man on the outside. 5 yards on the pickup.
Man, what was that?
Second down. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. They'll come out in the pistol. Now a shotgun snap. Nowhere to go here.
Get the ball, get the ball, get the ball, get the ball. Let's go.
And they will set up shop.
Let's go.
Outstanding field position in the red zone at the 17-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
Go!
Take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
Let's go.
With his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And the lead will grow by 1 more.
Oh. Ready. We ready.
The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they send this one away.
All right, folks. Damn, why can't I
This
get
will be
down there?
taken to the back of the end zone. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it now because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. So we're to get symptomatic.
Come on, it's mine.
This is symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word and I just kept using it. Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
Oh, come on.
With one complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Oh,
To throw now on 1st down. Going to throw right side here, complete. A good pickup there, a 22. So for that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. It's a short one here.
come on. Make the tackle.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Their big tight end, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have now made this a 1-score game. It's up and good, and the lead's now down to 3 at 20-17. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
Come on,
And the
y'all.
return on this one is the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
Pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. And he's got his man on the out route. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
All right, now, look at 56. No. Detroit! Here we go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Oh, come on.
Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
The ball was tipped and fell incomplete, but it was tipped up in the air, so the guys on defense, they had to feel like that was a big opportunity, and it was missed. They needed a play to help turn things around a little bit. Ball's in the air. Can they rally to it and get it? On that play, they weren't able to. They took the ball, batted away. But, boy, they missed a big chance there.
2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down. Here's Jordan Berry now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some.
Green 39! Green 39!
They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight
Killing me with this thing.
Get 16 yards
I
there.
can't stop him.
And that'll be good for a Pittsburgh first.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackle to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's second and 8. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete.
Wide open down the middle.
Down, but it's near the 5 at the 6.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
So the offense has it, 6-yard line, 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Steelers have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. And that will make this a 4-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch
Damn,
signaled for and taken
as
successfully. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
And leading here late, so a chance for the defense to really close out this game if they can halt the offense.
Here we go. 3-19.
The slot man in motion right.
No. Check. Patriot.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
Watching now, Barney. Watching now, Barney. Watching now, Barney.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that that fell harmlessly to the ground. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Thomas, the lone receiver, left.
Detroit. Here we go now. Green, 39.
Slot man moves right.
Leopard.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. I think he's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And the offense here just looking to stay in bounds, complete the short passes, and put this game on ice. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. So, Charles, I think from a defensive perspective, you have to look at that field goal there and consider it a win.
You were able to keep them within a touchdown, so no question about it. That was the kind of stand that keeps you in ball games.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Shift together here from the D-line. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the 4th quarter, and they got a big one.
Yeah, it's such a close game, a very big one. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
In motion right is Thomas. He'll look to throw. Going underneath, it's Coleman.
Oh.
Give him 3 on the play.
Come on.
Bring up 4th down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described
Are
as
you
a space
kidding me?
game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Back to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. So he fought off the tackle, and that gets him the first before he's brought down. So the offense has it 1st and the slot man in motion right. They'll look to throw. Drops it off for Coleman. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down.
Let's go. No, check. Patriot.
He's back to throw. Caught left side, Williams. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20 at the 15. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
They come out here in the eye. And they'll go on the ground. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now a handoff here to his running back. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9. And they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd.
Here we go. 3, 9, Detroit.
Back to throw. Flush to his right. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Well, that one really could have turned this thing upside down. And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
Here we go now.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Steelers are close to finishing off this football game. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. The clock cannot be stopped. Your defense can't do anything. So kneel it down, take it home.
No doubt about it. It's what you practice for in winning situations each and every week. Victory formation. Take a knee and go on into the locker room and celebrate.
Call it a victory.
Now let's go. Over. Back 99, Willie. Here we go. Now let's go.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. He cuts it right, and he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 20 yards on the pickup there. And it'll give the Steelers a first down.
No, check. Patriot.
They come up in an offset eye. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. This game is over.
Bro.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take
it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Steelers, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Mile High to take on the Broncos. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.